One of the OneBeyond's avatars found a new infection while exploring Minecraft realms. This new infection seemed to have started from the villagers being sick of dying to the other infections. The One Beyond wanted to test out this new infection to see if they were worthy of joining the Infection Alliance. He was excited to have a new infection to study, even if it didn't join the Alliance. Subscribe to watch more infection carnage across the realms. Alright, what's up? Welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we're going to be doing another infection war with a new infection mod that just came out today, of like the day of recording this. And I think it's pretty interesting. It might, like a disclaimer, I'm pretty sure that it was made with AI, or at least of it was made with AI. Not 100% sure, the dude who made it didn't say it, but I have a feeling with some of the features and stuff I've seen. Some of the stuff in it's still pretty cool, but at the same time, it like has some messed up stuff with it from what I can tell. But it is like a villager infection, so let us get started with that and see if it can survive against the 6 of the infections that are a part of the Infection Alliance. Yeah, I will see y'all as I place down all of them. Alright, so my first attempt failed. We're at a new area, and we're instead gonna let the village grow for like 40 to an hour because it kind of got wiped out instantly. I'll probably show it off just to let y'all see, but yeah, it kind of got wiped out instantly. And yeah, I'll show it here now just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But it didn't even last like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna give the village at least some time to grow and have some sort of proper strength to fight back against the infections and not just instantly lose. Because the infections can like, and let y'all properly see it. Here it goes. The village as it grows and builds their villages, like the houses and the wall. Like I said before, you can kind of see the hint of AI. Like, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I know what this is. It's just a retextured what is it called? Retextured no, not beacon, uh, anchor thingy. Forget what they're called. And then this is like an kind of like AI UI, GUI, in my opinion, because that's kind of what the one that when I made the AI mods looked like when I was doing it. That's what that looked like, in my opinion. I could be wrong. The dude who made the mod could have like just used the same like source material for it, but you know, who knows? As long as the mod works and it's pretty cool, I'm not gonna complain too much. But yeah, most of the blocks in it are just retextured. A lot of the stuff is pretty cool though when it comes to like how it works. Like going back into here, they have level 1 to 4. Each level needs a certain amount of emeralds to level up, villagers, guards, yada yada yada. I am pretty sure it is made with AI, looking at it one again, but like I said, I'm not gonna complain too much. Got the logs, but you have different levels and they all do different stuff. I'll go more in depth in like a mod review, but just know that until level 2, they don't really have any infection. Level 1 is just like their startup. They need to get to level 2 before they can like start to infect the lands and fight back. But as you can see, they're building like walls surrounding their houses and stuff. The houses aren't anything too crazy. All right, so it has managed to reach its second level. Let's go check out what it got. And as you can see, they have their iron golem stuff and spread out a little bit. In level 1, they have guards, wall building, and iron factory, which is what the two things outside are. Level 2, they get wall defenders, the defender golems, which will be the iron golems will become stronger. Barracks, which they'll get guards every sunset, and fertilizer, which is this green stuff right here, fertile dirt. All right, so to start, we are going to do Spore all the way out here. Spore is right there, and the village is over there. Then we're gonna head over here. I don't see the flesh that hates anywhere, so I'm just gonna spawn it right here, not worry about finding another one. All right, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. I'm not too sure which one I'm gonna do just yet. Over there somewhere. All right, so like right in the middle of here, we're gonna do abominations period set 1 injector, and then an infester. So there, that will start. And it shouldn't take too long for it to get started. Yep, there we go. Already doing its infester stuff. And yeah, abomination. So yeah, we will have that start right now. Perfect. Let us move on to the next one. Probably gonna be the desert. All right, there we go. The desert will spread out, and hopefully it does not get stopped by the trees. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Probably the skull cord, where they messed up the name. They typed the V when they meant to. Fuck off, fuck off. Back to get me back to creative. Okay, there we go. All right, so here we are over here for the final infection. We're gonna do the withering away, and there it goes, spreading and starting. I don't know where it exactly opened at. Hopefully nothing too close to over there, but I guess we will end up seeing. The other flesh that hates is over there. I didn't see it, but that's where it's at. And that's where it's gonna start spreading at. So spore, you can kind of see it. That flesh that hates is doing pretty good. Let me do. I know I said I wasn't gonna go in detail because this isn't a mod review, but I still just wanted to see what they were because I didn't know what they were myself. That's pretty cool though. I'm really excited to see which and how strong they are at the max. I was testing them out earlier and they were at max, but I didn't like test them out against anything. They did whip the Me Alliance, but that's about it. I'll go more in detail with the mod review and everything and like show everything off individually, but for the time being, I'm just gonna let them sit and fight against the other infections now. In the mod review, I'll definitely just let the village grow itself and see like what happens as it grows, but maybe it won't get to its max level as against the other ones. I don't know. I don't know. The village grew slowly, building new structures outside the walls. The new structures would help the village grow by producing new defenders to protect the village. Unfortunately for the village, the Withering Away had other plans. While the other infections were letting the village grow, the Wither almost instantly advanced on the village, and the Emerald infection spreading outside the village. At first, the village survived with its walls and turrets, but the walls and turrets didn't last long. While the upgraded iron golems would tank a lot of hits and dish it out, it wasn't enough. The surface was getting overwhelmed by the Wither. The underground was also under attack. So some of the guards went down to deal with the Wither mobs down there. After a few days, the original village was destroyed by the Withering Away, with the spirit teleporting around in an attempt to restore the village by absorbing enough souls for energy. The spirit failed and died in its attempt to gain revenge for the slain villagers and restore that village's glory. While the original village was gone, another one had come into existence and was still surviving. The new village had grown even stronger than the original village, reaching the point where skyscrapers could be built by their builders. Every other infection was still growing stronger at their own pace, slowly starting to surround the new village. All right. God damn. It is so laggy. Holy shit. So, Withering Away kind of like took over and wiped out the village. There's still some skull cord and some other stuff, but Withering Away basically instantly wiped them. So the next round I do, I'm definitely gonna give the villagers some more time to just grow and everything before I chuck in the infections. Yeah, the Withering Away is definitely like the main like winner slash infector outcome thing. As you see over here, there is another version of the village, but that one isn't as like. mm, Oh no, they are at a higher. Okay, I'm trying to find the node then. There it is. Right here, they're in level 3, almost level 4. But this wasn't the one I placed down, so I'm not counting it. The one I placed down was center, and that one's gone. So, yeah, for the first little round, the villagers got wiped out. I'm hoping for the next rounds, the villagers don't get wiped out. I'm gonna have it a bit more unique and not as many infections, maybe just 1 or 2. So anyway, I will see y'all once I have the next thing all set up. All right, here we are for a round 2. This time it's only going to be 2 infections slash invasions. It's going to be the Dulling and Me Alliance. I'm not going to spawn them down for a little bit. I want to let the village grow for like an hour or 2. And I'm going to set the village to level 2 instantly just so it has like some sort of higher tier stuff and it's not just the base like guards and everything and then golems. And so they have some sort of emeralds to like to buy stuff and build stuff. So I'm gonna set them to level 2, phase 2, whatever you want to call them. And then I'm also going to give them like, give them like 20, 25-ish emeralds stockpiled, maybe 30. And there we go, fertilization. So let me give them 30 emeralds real quick, just to have some stockpiled up. There we go. And let's check out. So yep, guards level 2, they'll start building all this stuff. It takes a little bit for them to properly start building it. They have a lion just chilling in their place. TheOneBeyond moved to a new realm, spawning in a new village to test out their higher levels. This time, TheOneBeyond started the village at a higher level, level 2, and gave it time to grow stronger. While the village might not have been built in the best spot to grow, the villagers still made do. The villagers started to expand out, building barracks and iron golem forges, growing their guards to protect the village. They finally decided it was time to advance the walls out once more. This time, the walls would be stronger, being made of obsidian to protect against enemies better. The new walls had more turrets, providing better coverage. Inside those walls, they had created skyscrapers to house new villagers and other projects that they might have. The emerald infection had spread almost covering the entire village and slowly reaching outside the walls. The village was peaceful for the time being. All right, it has been about 2-ish hours, and as you can see, they have expanded a fair bit. They made their second wall. They got the wall turrets. They've upgraded the soldiers, so they have armor and stuff. They have a whole bunch more golems just down here out and about. They have these big ass towers. I don't know what they're for, but I'm guessing they're just big homes to live in. Yeah, they still have the defender golems. They have a whole bunch of them down here. They have walls properly blocking off most of it, not all of it, but most of the stuff. There's a villager stuck over here. Let me free him real quick. No, just so he can get out. Otherwise, there's a whole bunch of them. This water is currently fucking them all up. So let me... All right, so we are down here. And if I spawn the meat, there we go. And then start a little fight between them. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Gave them 12 seconds to get that. And then let's head over here. All right, here we are for the dyeing. Got the little core all done, and boom, there it goes. The only source of protection is gone. You have their attention now. Write your eulogy. All right, let us spawn the probe in right here as well. And there it goes. This counts as water. Okay, that's cool. And there, it's sinking. Okay. Oh no, ew, nausea. All right, anyway. Let us go over to the me and just chill over there as they grow and, yeah, eventually expand out to over here with their bridges and stuff and fight the villagers. The Delling attacked the me first, spawning a probe right outside their colony. The me were prepared and almost instantly started to attack the probe. Sadly, the me weren't strong enough and were on the losing end. The Dungling infected its first chunk starting from the me. Over at the village, the villagers had leveled up, reaching their strongest. They had a dome covering the center village, protecting them from whatever burned down one of the outside houses. The turrets were working overtime, taking care of all the mobs around, with the guards and golems taking care of the leftovers. Meanwhile, the Dulling was creating the Tower of the Dulling, where the angels would spawn. A giant beam had came down from the sky in the center of the tower. The emerald infection had spread way outside the walls, with the Dulling meeting it on its edge. The Dulling was in control near the edge of the emerald infection, fighting back, not letting the infection spread anymore. It was an intense fight with airstrikes and troops everywhere. Eventually, the emerald infection managed to spread more into the Dulling chunks. But the Dulling still wasn't letting up. The Me had created a new colony on the other side of the village, while the Dulling created a flying island housing a leader of theirs. Alright, so holy shit, there's so many General Dariuses. Wow, where is the lava even coming from? Is it coming from the lore towers? I think that's what it's coming from. Yeah, that's what they're coming from. They're coming from the lore towers. Somehow survived the airstrike. So the inside of the village is like, ah, they've basically managed to just destroy it entirely. They're still surviving somehow, but you know, they definitely are getting pretty fucked. How much do they have? Oh my god, they have so many guards. They still have a whole bunch of guards and golems. So I mean, I wouldn't say they lost per se, but like at the same time, they are kind of getting fucked. It's the Dulling who's mainly doing it. I mean, look at they have their little tower over there. The boss thing up there. It's laggy as hell over there. And then Over here, me have just been chilling. They haven't really done anything ever since the like beginning because they've been too busy trying to fight the Delling off. The Delling is just so goddamn strong, bro. Like it's just too strong. Way too strong. But you know what? It is what it is. Kind of surprised the village even lasted this long. I thought the Delling was gonna end up taking it out, but it did not. So, oh, there's another colony over there. But yeah, I thought the Delling would end up taking the village out, but it didn't. So I'm kind of surprised about that. So let's move on to the final one where I have the village be max tiers to start off with against I don't know what infection yet, but we'll see. So yeah, I will see y'all when I have that all set up. All right, here we are for round 3 to introduce. Okay, let me do that again. All right, here we are for round 3 to see how the village that fights back can survive against the infection alliance and whether they should be allowed to join it. So let us test out having it start out at its max strength and then giving it a little bit to grow and spawn like the golems and stuff and their guards. And then after I've done that, I will spawn the 5 infections that will be testing it out this time and have them be at their like max strength. So yeah, let's spawn this down and place the bell. Go a little bit farther from the water. I don't want them to have no space. There we go. The settlement phase. They're gonna start growing and I'm just gonna give them all these emeralds. They need so goddamn many of them. So I'm gonna be sitting here for a minute. So I'll see y'all when I'm done that. Alright, so they've had enough time to grow. Let's go check them out and see what's going on. Seems like... What the hell? So yeah, the wall got destroyed underneath. Most of it is already destroyed. See, like, it doesn't even properly protect the cobblestone. That's the issue. I think the interior wall should be obsidian. Then the exterior wall should be cobblestone. But, you know, can't really change it. Not up to me. The center is slightly still alive somehow. I don't really know how it's managed to survive this long. They have the big Giga Chad golems. Not that many, but they have a lot of some emeralds, a lot of not even that many to be honest. Yeah, they haven't had enough time to properly build stuff up. I can't even go out of. I forgot about that. Currently, there's not too many infections going on. There's only mainly this one. And I think they got... Wow, who the hell is this? Emeraldager. I guess they just got bodied by them. You mean something has fallen? What the hell? Oh, that's an airstrike. Okay, first time I've seen that actually. So that's why all the explosions. Okay. I feel like they shouldn't be able to explode around their area, but it is what it is. There's no obsidian wall that I can see though. So anyway, let me go spawn all these in real quick and I will see y'all as I do each one. All right, so over here in like the mountainous area, we are going to spawn in entomophobia, the hive, the nest. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Let them go out and about, fight against the guards. All right, so we're gonna spawn Proto Hive Mine 1 right there, and then number 2 a little farther back right here. Each one is gonna get 3 mounds, 1 interior, 1 exterior. Once I see where the exterior is gonna end up being, I need to see. Hurry up. All right, on to the next one. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna do the flesh that hates. All right, so I've set the parasites at like the middle stage. That should let this spawn now. The bootleg SRP. Yep, that's yep. Okay, good. And then just let that progress itself. And yeah, it's gonna slowly spread. Let's do the final one, the skulk now. I left this to be the last because it like spreads really fast. All right, so we are going to spawn in a skull cord right here. Let us hit survival, trigger it real quick. Perfect. Does this not have a way in yet? Fuck off. Move, bitch. No, it's not fully done yet. Okay. That makes sense. I was wondering why I didn't have a way in yet. It will fully finish soon. All right, back to creative. Let's go check everything else out real quick, see how they're doing. Spore. Spore's growing pretty well. Any like prepares in the chat? Yeah, prepare. All right, so currently there should be at least one. Did this get wiped out? No, it just never fully finished. Okay. Not done yet. That okay. Cool, cool, cool. Spores in there. All right, a whole bunch of spore mobs spread out and about. The flesh is still doing good. It's still alive. Still spreading pretty fast, to be honest. They took over that. Yeah, okay, okay, okay. The parasites are still alive too. They're just chilling over here though. And then what about, yep, Skullcord has managed to make it over here as well. So everything is basically around the village now, and it's gonna start to slowly invade it. And I guess we'll see if the village managed to like fight back and survive. So they kind of fucked themselves here. I think they can go through right there. Yeah, nothing really else, but like they have the hole so they can get up here if they want. It won't be too hard. So, I mean, the village will probably end up getting destroyed, but for the time being, they're doing decent. They have 35 guards, 17 golems, so they have some emeralds. So I mean, they'll definitely be able to survive for a little bit at least. I don't know how long, but for a little bit at least. So I'm gonna go chill over here towards the Paris. Towards the parasites and skulk. So like right here. So I hope y'all enjoy. I'm just gonna chill right here and let them continue slowly spreading towards the village to attack it. TheOneBeyond already gave this village plenty of time to grow. The skulk had reached closer to the village, but also everywhere. The only infections matching the skull currently were the flesh that hates and end parasites. However, end parasites Beacon had been destroyed by the villagers, but they still had plenty of mobs around. Meanwhile, the second the flesh that hates got destroyed and burned, forcing a third one to spawn. The second flesh that hates had grown a lot, but that didn't matter. The guards were patrolling around the villages, killing any infection who got close. There was more than one village that had spawned around the original village, forcing the infections to fight on another battlefront. The infections also had to worry about infighting, as even though they might be in the same alliance, they weren't friendly with each other. Skulk and end parasites engaged in a fierce battle in the waters. While the new flesh that hates spawned in the middle of the skulk, slowly taking over that area from the skulk and advancing on more skulk lands with flesh mobs. flesh that hates might have taken the Skulk Horde's area, but they still had a weakness they couldn't counter. The flesh that hates burnt down, clearing out the area for the Skulk once again, and taking care of the third, the flesh that hates incubator. The flesh that hates will be back though. It never gives up. Proven from how many times it had already died fighting against the village. Alright, so it's been a while. The flesh that hates has taken over a fair bit of land. Kind of like in between Skulk and everything. I'm assuming the bootleg SRP is dead. Um Yeah, Skulk's still out and about, just in different places. Oh, the original Flesh That Hates got beat and killed. This village seems to be alive still. Um, Spore has another hive mind. I guess we'll check these out. There's some buildings over here as well. So we'll see if the hive mind is still alive. So no, this one got killed. Okay, and then what about... There's an Enderman. What about this one? This one might be alive. I think it got killed. I don't even know what killed it. Something tunneled up and killed it 100%. My god, laggy is all hell. One of them, I don't know what did it, but one of them did. Like a calamity or some shit. Ended up tunneling up and killing it. What about this, like, first original one? Same thing ended up happening here. I wonder. I wonder what it could be. Underneath, will we find any sort of a calamity? Holy shit, underneath is a whole bunch of spore. What is this? Oh, that's General Darius. Okay. So is he? Maybe he's the one who ended up doing it, and he like tunneled in from underneath for some weird ass reason. I don't know what else could have done it, because there's like, I mean, maybe it's one of the other infections, but even then I'm not too sure. So here's the end parasites. They're down here still, or they're still alive down there. So I mean, most of the infections are still out and about, just in random places, but at the same time, holy, look at all over here. God damn. At the same time, the villages are definitely like, I don't even know where they keep coming from. Like, they're just from random places. The villages are definitely spreading slowly and destroying them pretty well. So where is... Oh, it's this right here. Okay. Entomophobia got taken out. Yeah, the hive heart's dead with a whole bunch of guards just chilling in the center. So Entomophobia got wiped out. Same with Spore. All the hive minds got wiped out. The flesh is still alive over there somewhere. Same with Skulk. And then End Parasites is somewhere like underneath currently. It's just so whack and like weirdly spread out. Is the main one that we ended up spawning in, is that one still alive? Holy hell, it's so laggy. Oh my god, so laggy. I mean, there's still villagers and stuff over here. Oh, another General Darius. He's hunting a missionary. Okay. The brain node, they have 32 golems, 92 guards, 71 villagers, and there's still a whole bunch of other random villages here and there just doing shit. They all have like obsidian walls are so weird with all it's just so weird the way they've decided that they wanted to start to spread. I don't know how else to describe it. So I'm just gonna go chill back over here-ish and just let it continue to grow while I let it go for the rest of the night. So yeah, the rest of the night it's just gonna be going. That's probably gonna be another like 8-ish hours, 10, something like that. So yeah, we will see what happens by the end of that, and then that will be the end of the video, because we have seen how strong the villagers can become when they fight back. And there's another infection mod that I found today that I want to check out, but that's for a later date. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking again and hope y'all enjoy. Spore had already fallen to the village, waiting to be slowly devoured by the emerald infection. The villagers built some of their skyscrapers on top of the spore, proving they were above the spore. The biomass domes were getting destroyed by the airstrikes. The spores still live though, only the weaker mobs, but they could still come back if they could spawn a calamity. Underground, under the spore dome, the spore still lived for the time being. The general and the guards were on the attack, going deep into the caves to attack any spore mobs down there. The emerald infection was gaining, reaching the spore lands. Eventually, the emerald infection spread onto the spore domes, and even a village was built on top of them. The original village had transformed into a mega city covering so much more land while fighting the other infections. The emerald infected lands had grown tremendously, wiping out one of the infections attacking them, entomophobia. The ground was covered in skyscrapers and houses in random places, sometimes being on top of one another. One of the villagers had fallen to the flesh of the hates, leaving the village covered in flesh mobs, but still infected by the emerald infection. Spore's original spot was taken over with a village fully built on top now, but the Spore wouldn't give up, spreading to a new area, taking over a small patch of land across the river. The flesh tried to survive, but it kept dying, forcing the flesh to respawn over and over, taking over more lands for the flesh. The flesh would never stop until everything became it. The flesh had grown more in the skulk area, taking over the area from the skulk, but nothing lasts forever with it burning down once again. This was TheOneBeyond's purpose. He wanted to last forever, and to live until he finished his research. But that was for another time. The Infection Alliance had lost against the village, wiped out over and over by the village as the village and the villagers grew out more and more. The flesh that hate had spawned far away from any village at one point, deciding it was the best course of action, avoiding the villagers until they were invincible. But the villagers weren't gonna let it do it, with a new village being built nearby. All right, so it's been quite a while, and honestly, the village did a lot better than I expected it to. I kind of thought it would get wiped out even with it being at its max level, like right off the bat. But no, it managed to spread pretty fast, and a whole well not fast, but like a whole bunch, a lot more than I thought. Like I said, I mean there is more than just the one I originally started because for some reason they just kept spawning more and more and more. Like bills would be in random ass spots from like random bills and stuff. So like there are still the infections like the skull cord and stuff left, the flesh, like the flesh mobs and stuff, but for the most part, the villages have managed to like keep them like wiped out. But no, there's still a whole bunch of flesh mobs because that's just like how it always is. The flesh that hates is super strong, but the original village definitely got fully wiped out, so that's an issue. Like the original village, like the village itself shouldn't get wiped out as the airstrikes and stuff go on. But some buildings from other villages are left and like the glass in the sky protecting it. See, like that is probably meant to protect it against the airstrikes. But the issue with that is the airstrikes still strike and destroy the cobblestone stuff. So like it would have to somehow fix that if you don't want this to happen. But I mean, no, I'm not too surprised, but at the same time kind of surprised at what happened. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for this video where I have the Infection Alliance fight against the village that fights back to try to see if it's worthy enough to join the Infection Alliance. And it has definitely proved itself worthy enough to join. So that's another new member. We do have another member that I want to like test out to see if it should join the Infection Alliance. The like Certa Aqua, something like that. I forget the exact name of it, but it's a like a water based infection from Arkanites, I think. Yeah, the mobile game Arknights is where it's based off of. So I'll definitely check that out in an upcoming video. But yeah, like I said, that's gonna be the end of this video. Hope y'all enjoyed and peace out. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you and remind you to like, comment, and sub, as all three of those things will help me out a whole bunch. And if you've already done those three things and you still want to support me somehow, check out my Patreon and my YouTube membership. The link for the Patreon will be in the description of the video. They both give you access to different perks. Like my Patreon will on the highest tier will let you get access to my unedited videos, and you can also get sneak peeks of my future videos on YouTube. While the YouTube membership at the highest tier will give you access to my videos on early access, and you can also get a shout out for both the Patreon and YouTube at the end of each video. Thank you each and every one of my Patreon and YouTube memberships. Your names will be on the screen right now. Your support means a whole lot and it lets me continue making content with more effort and just in general.